but you never said what's the
Man,
role of
why
the
do y'all
wife
do
though?
this finishing up shit? I was supposed to be finishing my take up. Why you always in a
Yeah,
rush?
what's the role of the wife, bro?
Yeah, we supposed to clip this to where I cut back and my take come back again.
Well, what the
Okay.
fuck is the role of a wife, nigga? You didn't answer the question, nigga.
Shut the fuck up, nigga, before I slap that drink out your hand from off camera. Nigga, fuck is you talking about, man? Now let me get to my point, nigga. Playboy. So, a woman, let's get to a woman. So, a woman, she needs to be able to listen and
Mhm.
take instructions. Okay? I'm going to put that first so we can get that out the way. Um, but yeah, they do have to be able to listen and take instruction. I'm not saying they need to be a lab rat or they're to sit there and just listen to everything a dude says. No.
What if they're noticing that the instruction that they're getting from their man is not working?
See, you interrupted me. You
Go ahead.
interrupted me. So this is the thing with me. I was gonna get to that. If it's not good instructions, like I say, you don't have to listen to that type of shit, and you really should get from up under that. Okay, get from up under that. Get around a
Right.
dude that you feel like you can follow what he's giving, and he's not gonna just always have you following him. So let's get this shit clear, just so you understand that listening to him doesn't mean listen to me every day, all day. That is not what that means. That just means that if there is a time that comes up to where you do need to listen or you do need to be able to take an action or an order, you do need to be able to listen, take that in, and be able to take action. Same way as if guys have to actually be able to listen as well. So like let's say if you're my wife and something's going on with you, if you're saying, "Oh, my heart hurts," I have to be able to listen and and be able to take action to whatever's going on with your heart, right?
So you will take direction from your woman if she knows best.
Yeah, and if she's then what do you mean? Like, and if she tells me something about herself, like if she's telling me, "Hey, my heart hurts,"
No, if she's saying
that's up
that
to me to be
if she
like,
says, babe, your direction is saying this, but baby, I have a better direction that's leading us this way, and I feel like this is a better direction. And she might know this better, this part of life better than you. Will you delegate her into her direction, or will you just be like, no, she's a woman, I'm gonna go ahead and just
I've never really had that actually happen,
okay.
but I guess maybe it is something that could happen.
All right.
But don't get me wrong, I've had a girl that gave me a good idea, but it wasn't like it was somehow like a sense of direction or no shit like that. It would be just like, let's say if I was talking about some shit and I said, "Oh, I'm about to go do this," but she might say, "Hey, I heard about this or this and that." That's
It
not
could be of
necessarily
the simplest of
that's not
things. Maybe
necessarily
changing
that's
a
not necessarily
diaper,
that's not necessarily
maybe
giving a
changing a
girl an order. That's just
diaper,
about listening.
or
No, that's
how
just
to
about
do
listening. I just told you
how
that's
to
just
do a
about
how
listening.
to do your daughter's hair. It could be
Listen, the
anything.
bottom line is just about listening. You know what I'm saying? It's just about
Mhm.
listening. So when I told you that they have to be able to listen, same way that I just said that we have to be able to listen. So once we listen,
Okay.
it's up to the man to decide what's going to happen next with that because he's in charge of his own destiny.
Okay.
Um, but
So
yeah,
you will take in her information, and then based off of that, you will then make that decision for the family.
exactly. So that doesn't mean just because she said that that's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm
No,
saying? So,
but if it makes
but
sense
but
and
if, but if
you
it makes sense to
put
my
it into your
situation,
database and it
then
makes
I will
sense.
make that decision to go ahead and say, let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
You
I,
see what I'm
I I can
saying?
see that. I can see
You
that.
know what I mean? And
Okay.
I would, hey, you have a good idea. I like your idea. So shit, I'm rolling with that shit. Yeah, yeah, cause shit. Sometimes I don't think of things or shit. Sometimes I don't. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, with it.
We
But
got a
I
lot
don't
of stuff
really.
going on, so your woman might be able to see things that you can't see,
But
or you might be
I
thinking
don't look at that as her like giving me a role or dictating me some shit. No, I think that that's no, that's not
you don't have to
what that
put none of
is.
that. You don't have to put none of that negative on it. No, she gave you her insight, and it happened to
No,
work
because
out.
in the beginning you had said some shit like so you would take an order. No, I wouldn't. I'm not taking note.
No, I
You
said,
understand?
would
You
you take
said
a
it right.
direct? I said, would you take direction from your woman? Like, if she's leading you in a different direction than you might have thought of, will you actually take that direction? You agree that you would, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you don't like saying that
No,
those
you saying
words.
lead me
You
to a
like,
direction. I don't get led by any woman to any direction. I've never done that. But I'm just saying, but I
Rick,
will take like I say, but
if she gives
taking
you an
advice from a
insight,
woman, look, but taking advice from a woman is two different things. Or hearing a woman
okay,
out, that's
it's the
called
same
listening to
thing.
a woman. No, that's called listening to a woman. And you made a decision to say, you know what?
Listening,
I'll
taking
incorporate that
insight, taking
because you know how
direction,
many guys,
those are all the same
you
thing.
know how many guys know that the girls had a great idea but shut them down.
Rick, if you about to walk off a cliff going right and your girl says, baby, go left. That is you taking her direction. That, but you obviously had to process that data yourself and leave the family left. But nigga, if you didn't, you would have let us off the cliff. But you processed her data and it sent us
That
left.
doesn't stop who's
That's
giving the
still
direction just
that
because she helped the leader. That's just like if someone came back and told the commander, "Hey,
you just don't
nigga."
want to give the
No,
woman
no, no.
that
You're
that
not
props
listening. No,
that
you're not listening. There's not about
she
props.
led
This
us
ain't
out of
about
that
props. This
she
ain't
led us
about
out of
props.
that she led
If you
us
go get
out.
a no, this ain't about props. Nigga, if a leader is leading an army, just because one of his soldiers comes up and gives him some good insight doesn't make him now the fucking leader or not equal, nigga. You are a fucking soldier and you
No,
came to
but
help
yeah,
out the
but he
fucking
took that
leader. You need to
direction.
get
But
that.
the
You need to
leader, the general,
understand
took
that.
that
So
direction from
so I never was being led by anyone.
the
I'm the
general
leader.
took that
So when you
direction from
come
that
tell
journeyman.
me, no, no, no,
The
no, it's
the
up to the
general took
leader
that
to take that
direction.
information.
Look,
Tyler,
that
it's up
general
for the
took that direction
no,
from that
it's up
journeyman.
for the it's up for the
So if
no,
the
it's up for the
journeyman
you
went
didn't even
10
let me
miles
speak.
ahead, if the journeyman went 10 miles ahead and he sees that there's a danger, there's an army
It's
ahead,
up
he
to the
calls back to the
fucking
general.
look, it's up to the
Hold
leader
on.
to
But the
listen and
general
take
took the
that
direction.
information in.
But the general took the direction from the journeyman. He still had to take that direction and then lead the army away from that army from them enemies up ahead. Now he still had to take that direction from that journeyman. You got to give that to that person. The journeyman led that insight to you, and which led the army away from that enemy base. That's all that you have to. You don't like saying that because you feel
But
like it
I'm
gives the woman
still
some type
the
of
leader.
credit.
You're not
Nigga,
understanding
who's
what I'm
saying you're not
giving.
the leader just because you took some insight?
Nothing that you say even makes sense.
Nobody's taking
Look,
you away from your leadership.
getting some information, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you just said it's that would be taking leadership if you said someone else led you. What are you talking
No,
about?
no,
That
no.
you switched leadership.
Ricky,
Tyler,
that's
that
not
would be
switching
switching
leadership.
leadership.
Ricky,
Tyler, that's
Ricky,
switching leadership. You
real
forfeit your
quick,
leadership. For someone to lead, you had to fall
Ricky,
behind. What are you talking about?
Ricky. If the journeyman, listen
Tyler.
here,
For her to
listen real quick,
lead, you took
real
the
quick,
back seat.
real quick. If the journeyman went 10 miles ahead of the army and seen there was enemies up ahead, he comes back to the army and says, "Leader, Ricky, there is a big army 10 miles ahead. We cannot go that way. We have to go left." You as the leader, Ricky, still have to lead our army out of that direction. But giving that journeyman saying, "Oh, that journeyman gave me that insight to lead my army away from that danger." Nigga, that still is you took that direction from that journeyman.
Tyler, I did. Why would they come to me?
Because you make the final say for the rest of the army. The
Exactly.
journeyman
So I'm
can't.
the
The
leader.
journeyman
So
didn't
I
come back.
lead. So I lead.
Yeah, the
So
journeyman didn't
whatever.
come
No,
back and
look, no,
say, "Hey,
listen,
army, we're
Tyler.
going this way."
So
That's not
no,
what the
so I
journeyman said.
lead.
The
So I
journeyman
lead.
said,
So
"Ricky,
listen.
we need to go this way because there's enemies ahead." Journeyman said that to Ricky, the leader. But the journeyman did give you that insight, and you have to give credit to that. That's the problem that you're not doing. If the woman gives you the direction that leads you out of
Tyler, you're
harm,
not giving them
that
credit.
is the credit
You're
you
not
give
giving
that
them
woman.
credit. You're not giving
That
them
is the
credit.
credit you give that woman, sir.
I said
Uh-uh.
that you can take that as a helping hand. You're not giving them credit. It's a
You keep
helping
trying to give
hand. You're
now I'm
not
a
giving them
helping
credit.
hand, and you just don't
You're
want to
not
give.
giving them credit. You're not giving them credit. You don't want to give them credit. I just said that that's a
You keep
help.
switching what it is that we're giving.
Why would that not be useful? I'm literally saying that type of person would be useful.
Ricky
What are you
Thompson.
talking about, nigga? You trying to put words in my mouth, player.
I said, will you
No
take
one, that nigga,
direction?
you want to make it seem like helping
Ricky.
somebody is the bad shit. Like
The first question
they make
was
it seem like a woman being a helpmate is fucked up, and that's just, bro. What kind of shit you
the
on?
first
A
question
helper
was, will
is
you take
honorable. That's somebody that you fucking
right?
you
And
give
the
your
first
food to,
question was,
nigga.
will you
That's
take
somebody that
direction?
you fucking help out. That's somebody that you look out for. What are you talking about, bro?
The first question was,
That's
will you
not a
take
bad
direction?
name.
The
But I'm
first
the
question
leader. That's
was
all I said, bro. The man is
the
the
first
lead. I
question.
just said no. That nigga don't actually get led by a woman. He can take her information, and then now it's up to him to
The
direct that shit.
first
Now it's up
question
to him to direct
is
that shit. And most
no,
men, so what?
Ricky. First question was, will you take direction from your woman? Period. If she has better insight than you, will you take direction from your woman was the very first question. So like I said, if
That
she's
was
the
a question,
journeyman,
or was it, or was
if
it, or
she
was it,
like
you
I
let this
said, if
girl
she
give
was the
you
journeyman,
orders? What
I'll
was
break
it?
it down.
What
If she
was
was
it?
the journeyman,
What
if
exactly
your
was
woman,
it?
hold on, I'm about to tell you.
But we can
If your
record
woman,
it too. We can
hold
record
on,
it and we can
it's
find out
already
exactly what you
recorded.
said. I like to
If your
find out what
woman,
niggas exactly said.
well recorded. If your woman was the
Yeah.
journeyman, if your woman was the journeyman that led 10 miles ahead of you and then came back to the army and said, baby, we got to go left, will you take that direction because she obviously has better insight than you in that situation? Or will you say, no, she's a woman,
Is
I'm
it
not taking that direction?
is it
That was the main
direction or
question. That
information?
was the main nigga,
Tyler, is
that's the
it
direction.
direction or information? Because I'm the one
She's
that's gonna
telling you
navigate. No,
she
it's
telling you what
information.
direction. Yes,
It's
she's telling you the direction.
information. No, it's
She telling you the
information. I'll
direction.
take information from a woman that has great mind. No, it's
Ricky,
information. I don't take
you'll
direction from
take
no woman. Facts.
that's the same thing.
I take no, it ain't, nigga. Look it up. Information and direction are not the same word, or they would be the
In this
same word.
case, in
No,
this
the fuck
case,
they're not. No, they're
intel,
not. No,
direction, and
they're
all
not.
that in this case is the
Information
same
is
thing.
the shit within your brain that you're gonna give me.
Ricky,
Direction, however, is you
if a
leading
woman,
me and taking. No, that's not fucking happening. Okay,
if a
to get
woman,
that shit through your head and
Ricky,
understand what it is. It's
Ricky,
information. I will take
Ricky,
information from any smart fucker. Yeah. Fuck you talking
Ricky,
about? That don't got nothing to do with no girl. There's a lot of
Ricky
girls that have
Thompson.
great information. So don't listen to this nigga trying to make it seem like I'm just against women. No, nigga. No, women
Ricky,
have great information, and I'll listen to that shit. Fuck you talking
Rick,
about?
Rick. Like I was saying, if a woman gives
I'll
you
take the
direction,
information.
if a woman gives you direction because she has better insight, will you take that direction?
Tyler, you just said information and then just switch it to direction. No.
No, 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 no,
If
no, no,
she
no,
gives
no.
me no, we're not gonna do that. If a girl gives me good information, yes, I love to take that information
Nigga,
from a great woman with great insight. Yes, there you go. But what the fuck you just trying to do? You
so
just trying to switch two words and put them
no,
like they on the
we're
same. No,
saying
nigga,
the
no.
same
Nah,
thing, but you don't like
no,
giving a woman
no,
no type of direction. You don't like giving any
no,
leadership to
no,
a
no. You
woman.
just love to do it. That's just your style. Me
No,
personally, I'm just calling
if
it
a
how I see it. I
woman
don't call
has
it.
better direction in a
I'm
certain
not trying
thing,
to appeal to the masses. I'm not trying to do
Ricky,
none of that shit, bro. I'm being me.
if a
I'm
woman
not trying
has
to
better
appeal to the
insight,
masses. I'm not trying to get on with no motherfuckers. I'm not trying to handshake with no females and get into no
I don't
fucking
know.
girl rallies. None of that shit, bro. I'm speaking real.
If a, all the main question of this
I
was, I don't know
don't
what
care
you
if I'm
talking about.
invited to no Beyonce concerts. I don't care,
No, I
bro.
don't know what that is. All I'm saying was the
I'm
main
just telling
question
you,
was,
nigga. I don't care. Whatever you get invited to, because you ask kissing the women. I don't care, bro. I'm just calling how I see it. They're
Mhm.
great. They're great people, and they have great minds. Okay, so if a girl has a great mind, that doesn't
uh-huh.
mean that I'm fucking following her leadership. That can just mean that I'm taking a piece of information that she has to continue my leadership. Is what I'm trying to explain to
We're
you.
on the same page. Let's go back to the video. We're on the same page there.
Okay, cool. Now you just want to play with
Because
niggas.
we will take we will take direction from a smart woman.
Yes,
Now we're on the same page. Okay.
yes, not a dummy. Yeah, it's facts.
All right.
Fighter, protector. I believe the woman is a nurturer and caring.
Okay. What about over here?
Daniel, 26. I believe I'm very traditional. So, growing up, I was fortunate to grow up in a two-parent household. So, I got to see what marriage looked like. So, I think that helped me understand. For me, I think a husband is the provider, of course, the protector, and he supports his woman in everything that she does. I think a woman is the nurturer, and it balances each other out. I think that a woman can also be leading in some other ways when it comes to organization and different things. But I think a husband fully supports a woman.
What what do you feel about that?
Feel about what?
Because he just said a woman can lead as far as organization and keeping things in line.
Um, I mean, that's his wordplay. He pretty much is saying that nigga, he low key saying what I'm saying, but trying to put wordplay on it. He pretty much saying like he really want his female to worry about organization. He's trying to give you a task, but big it up to make you just fit into that task. But he literally saying, bitch, you go organize some shit, bitch. But everything else is under me, is what he said.
And everything that she decides to do.
Okay.
We're trying to be
And what
cute
about over
about it
here?
though. You know what I mean? And then that's why
I would
she
say
gonna
the
think it's gonna
roles
be
of
problems once the
both
relationship
the
starts.
husband.
On
He
me,
said, "What,
like,
Rick?"
like then there's gonna be problems once the relationship kick off because like he's literally sugarcoating his words with that bullshit. Like, come on, they can lead in stuff like organization, but I think a man is primary. But come on, man, he's a bitch. He ain't really able to say what he want to say. Look,
Yeah,
bitch.
why he got to be all
Um,
that? Because he says woman gonna lead in certain things like organization and certain things like that.
Tyler. Okay, so you don't know about wordplay then. Niggas can just put an apple in front of your face and okay, that's cool.
I mean, I don't. So you think he's saying he's gonna
Niggas
dominate the
can,
situation?
niggas can tell you anything then. You can't read between the lines.
So
Replay
he's
that
say,
shit and listen to it. Just replay that shit and listen to it. Just replay that shit and listen to it.
let's replay it real quick.
He supports his woman and everything that she does. I think a woman is the nurturer, and it balances each other out. I think that a woman
Right
can
there,
also
right
be
there. Let's stop right there. Right there.
leading in some.
Look, he said the woman is the nurturer, but it balances things. I'm telling you, this is all wordplay, bro. It's tricky wordplay, but it balances its way out. So he's letting her know right now, bitch, you're the nurturer, bitch. Okay, you're the fucking nurturer. Okay, and watch where he kind of goes to say that women can lead. What is that? What does it mean by? Listen to verbiage. What does it mean to say that a woman can lead, bro?
She can't. I mean, she
Be
can't
real. What
lead
does
in
that
certain
mean?
areas.
No. A real woman with not like
She
a
has the option.
like.
She has the option to lead in certain areas. I mean, there's
No,
an
that's
option
not
there.
what that means. That means like a woman can, meaning like it's possible. You didn't hear the way he
Yeah.
said that shit? Like it's possible for them to lead in certain places. Like, yeah, they can, but normally he told you that you was a fucking nurturer, bro. He's literally
Other
this is
ways when it comes
wordplay.
to organization and different things. But I think a husband fully supports a woman in everything that she decides to do.
Okay.
That end part.
And what about
But
over
I
here?
think a husband fully
I would
supports
say
a
the
woman.
roles.
He's literally trying to say that man is running that shit, bro. But we're trying to be cute with it, bro. And I don't
And
know how
what I
you
was
don't see
saying,
that.
but we're not disagreeing though. A man does lead, but a woman is going to have certain things that she's going to take over, and she's going to have certain roles that she's going to take
But
over in.
you don't read body language and the way people talk well, because he's clearly letting you know that like you can there'll be certain shit that I'll let you do, but like for the most part, baby, you nurture, I'm the man. He's literally saying that.
Her being a nurturer doesn't stop that she's going to have certain roles that she leads in. I mean,
He
she
gave her
can't do
one.
both.
He gave her one. He gave her one, which is organization, the same thing that I give
He
a
said
bitch.
nurturing. He said
Yeah, that's the same thing that I give a
nurturing
bitch.
organization.
That's the same thing that I give a bitch. Every girl that I think they're great organizers. That I'm telling you, I literally tell, bro, that is one of the things that I
Oh, so you
say
tell
that
so
a
a woman gets
girl
to
can
control
do.
like the schedule. She gets to control like the schedule and everything as far as
Yeah,
like
like the organization. If you want to put together, but you got to run it by me. But they'll be able to put it to the paper very well. They'll make it
say that
look
again.
cute and neat.
If she's
And
leading that role, why she got to run that by you? If she leading that role,
what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm the leader. Because what do you mean? You still come to your boss when you what the fuck you mean? You can come check off on an assignment, nigga. You come to
okay.
me and we come to because I'm the leader and we figure out whether or not this fits for everyone.
So she still got to push it through and push it off the table. She still got to push it through or push it on your table first before she.
Yeah. So we can figure out if it works for everyone because see, girls don't sometimes they do very good organization, but then they might forget to factor in certain things. So that's when we come to the table and then all the shit she didn't forget because she remembered they're gonna remember most things, but the shit that they didn't remember, you're gonna bring it to the table and you're gonna be like, okay, well, you know that I have that shit on so let's go ahead and move that to Sunday. But everything else is nice. That's not micromanaging a girl situation. That's bring so we can be a team. You
That's
can do
right.
that shit.
Yeah,
You
that's
can, but at
running
the
it
end
by
of the
all
day,
parties. Yeah, that's
I
running it by all
lead
parties
though.
on the team. That's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
so run it by all parties on the team. That's all that is, bro. That ain't no fucking.
Both the husband and wife are about creating structure. And also, it's important to value each other and have someone that's the protector and the nurturer as well. So there's a multitude of things. I don't want to say one specific thing, but I think it's about creating structure and making sure that you support one another and that you're there for each other.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great.
May
right.
I kind of want a little bit elaboration because all three answers are a bit the same for me.
Okay.
Can I ask you to put some little pizzazz on that?
Little
Am I-
pizzazz.
Am I able to do that?
Let's have
Okay.
a little pizzazz in there.
Little pizzazz.
Yes.
Okay. In what way?
Like,
Yeah, I think we
what does it
got
mean
way
to be
more
a
in depth
nurturer
than
to
they
you?
did. They some shallow ass.
For me to be a
questions.
nurturer to somebody?
For me to be a nurturer, since you believe that a
And
wife
yes,
is the nurturing person.
I think a nurturer is somebody who does what they can do in their capacity to make sure that not just the household, but your spouse is taken care of in each endeavor. And I also
Mhm.
believe that a nurturer is someone who doesn't just look out for themselves, but also looks out for the community and their family.
Okay. Okay.
That wasn't really
Do
nothing.
you have anything specific to ask him, or would add something?
I
or
mean, just if you want to add on to that.
Pretty much, he want
Add
nigga.
on to just the tradition
yes.
of marriage.
Mhm,
So a husband being the leader is paying the bills,
mhm.
and the provider, he's paying the bills. Everything has context. So if we're talking a family, then a nurturer for a mother would be, making sure that the kids are, going to school or cooking dinner or
Oh
because again, I'm
God.
traditional, but not to say that those
Go ahead
roles
and
are
let her know,
specifically
P.
made for her, but that's what
Yes.
Yeah.
what specifically for most of the time pertain to her. But in a marriage with a family, I would say that the nurture for a mom would be to make sure that her husband feels wanted, making sure that she or he is feeling like the leader by just
Yep.
giving words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm glad he
Thank
opened
you.
up
Over
that
here.
second time. Thank
Same
you,
question.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Pizzazz.
Yeah. Yeah, letting them know that
You
he's the
say
fucking
I have
leader.
nothing else to add to it. I feel
Yeah.
like if I do, I'm gonna just say everything everybody else is saying. So
Okay. That's all right.
All right.
You don't have to.
Nigga was sugarcoating the first time.
Okay. I am now gonna have you pop a balloon.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Really know, nigga, you be in that kitchen, baby, and
All
take
right.
care of
oh,
your
So why
but
was
see,
nigga.
your
she didn't
balloon
like
pop?
that. She didn't like that
I don't
answer
care
though.
though. We
So
don't care though.
appreciate.
Oh well.
Hey, Rick, so you would have got popped and she would have moved
Oh
on. How
well.
you
I
feel
don't
about that?
care. I don't care though because you don't want to. You don't want to do. Hey, you don't want to do what it is to be a nurturer, baby. Cool. I don't shit, bitch. You kind of bitch. Yeah. What we talking about?
Okay.
Everything that she said that she was looking for in a man.
Mhm.
So I think that there was no specific reason for me to pop. So I wanted to just continue to hear everything, answer a couple questions, get a little warm, and yeah, that's why I kept it on pop.
And so why did you end up popping his balloon?
I don't like the word traditionalism when it comes to marriage. I don't mind some things that are traditional. However, I have some beef when it comes to you want wife to like do the children bearing or children rearing. I think there needs to be equal support when it comes to all of that and cooking and cleaning, and it shouldn't just fully fall on the wife. I would like some equal support there. That may not be like all what you were thinking. However, when you say traditional, that is immediately just everything that comes into my mind.
I 100% agree. I'll articulate that better next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, he didn't agree with that, man. How you feel about that? Cooking and cleaning. That's while she's pregnant, taking on that role. We don't even got Rick on here no more. What happened to you? And what the hell wrong with you?
You said what?
Where you been at, dude?
What you mean? I'm right here, nigga. I told you, nigga. Shit, nigga. I told you. I got a phone call, nigga. So I was in the back room waiting for you to pull me back in.
I'm gonna play it back so you can get your take on this last part right here.
All right, yeah. I just didn't miss that last part, whatever he said. But like, yeah, we got to, yeah.
That's all right.
All right.
You don't have to.
Okay. I am now gonna have you pop a balloon.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Thank you.
All right. So why was your balloon unpopped?
So I appreciated everything that she said that she was looking for in a man. So I think that there was no specific reason for me to pop. So I wanted to just continue to hear everything.
I think
answer a
honestly,
couple
bro was the
questions,
most
get a little
well-spoken
warm.
dude on here, man.
And
He spoke.
yeah,
his
that's
shit.
why I kept it on pop.
And so why did you end up popping his balloon?
I don't like the word traditionalism
Yeah, but
when
in
it
the answer,
comes
she
to
didn't tell you the
marriage.
answer.
I don't mind some things that are traditional. However, I have some beef when it comes to you want wife to like do the children bearing or children rearing. I think there needs to be equal support when it comes to all of that and cooking and cleaning, and it shouldn't just fully fall on the wife. I would like some
He
equal
never
support
said that
there.
though.
That may not be like all what you were thinking. However, when you say traditional, that is immediately just everything that comes into my mind.
I 100% agree. I'll articulate that better next time.
Okay.
So she got from that she gonna have to cook and clean and do everything, and he ain't gonna help around the house. Like, you know,
And then what
traditional.
he said, and then
worried.
that's not what he meant. You hear what he just said? Oh, I gotta articulate that better. That's not what the fuck he meant, bro. He meant, nigga, exactly what I mean, nigga. He didn't mean what that bitch just said. That ain't what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah, because who said that we ain't gonna be cooking and cleaning and
Yeah,
all
he
that?
never
Like,
said that he wasn't gonna clean too. He never said he wasn't gonna cook too. He never said none of that shit, bitch. So it's like that's what I'm saying. She just one of them people that I couldn't date her. You know, I don't like bitches like her. I couldn't date her.
Thank you. All right, we've got 2 guys left. Guys, any questions for our girl? Oh, he's ready. Okay. Let's hear it.
Just where do you live?
I live in Texas.
Okay.
Where do you live?
I live in Florida, Orlando.
Okay.
Do you mind long distance?
I don't mind long distance. However, when it comes to long distance, I think there needs to be a timeline of when people would be wanting to like move to wherever. And I don't see myself ever wanting to go to Florida.
Mm.
Okay. What's wrong with Florida?
I don't know. I've never been there. And I don't function well in the heat.
Take out of Texas.
Texas is hot.
Yes, I know. And I don't function well in Texas.
Okay.
So yes, I used to live in Chicago for a while and then I recently moved back to Texas. So I was like, oh, I'm melting.
Okay.
But yes.
Gotcha. I appreciate you.
So why'd you have your balloon unpopped for quite some time?
She's a good looking lady. Everything was going good. So other than location, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Now is he someone that's your type?
I would say you're in between not my type and my type.
Okay. Why? Why is he in between?
This bitch is retarded.
I think maybe the
Slow.
in between,
stature.
not my type and my type.
Yeah.
He's slow, bro.
I don't know.
Is the
He's
bad
simply
thing or
slow.
it's the good thing?
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't know, maybe you're too tall for me too.
What?
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank
Oh,
you.
so not that he's
Thank
a
you.
cheater, not that he's not a good guy.
All
not
right,
that
let's
he's just
head over
whatever
here.
you're great for.
Okay. So
He's
now
strong,
is
he's
he
single.
someone that's your type?
I will say no.
Yeah, she want to be
Alright, and
single
why
forever.
Why is this bitch fucking the fucking dodo bird?
It's not the height. I think maybe the hair, the facial hair. I'm not feeling it.
That's cool.
Yes,
So you popping his?
I am. Can I? Thank
All
you.
right. So why'd you have your balloon
And then,
unpopped?
bitch, why you doing
I
that shit
just
like
wanted
you
to get
down there
out
about to
more.
cut their
She
finger
spoke
up?
well for herself. And she
Like,
seems
you about to
to
poke
be
this nigga's
intentional with how
finger.
she
Bitch,
goes about herself.
God
gotta
damn,
stab me
bitch,
with
pop
that
that
damn-
motherfucker, but don't poke my fucking finger
All
off.
right. Well, that's all the balloons
She
popped,
swung that shit.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Thank
She
you so
been
much
doing
for
that from the
coming
jump, and
on.
I
Let's
been
give it
wanting
up
to
for her,
say something,
guys.
but she keep
Take the
doing,
mic.
bitch. That's a needle,
Thank
huh?
you.
He's